Hello, beautiful. How are you? I hope you are doing well wherever you are. I am back with another video. I have been off of here for, I think, a month, maybe a little bit more. I have been completely consumed with all of the things that are going on right now. Yeah, it started for me with the protests in Ottawa. I really wanted to share some thoughts with you because of the way that this has all kind of flowed into my life, I guess I could say. Yeah, I'm not a political person at all. I just don't have time for it. And, some people will say ignorance is bliss, and, I don't know. But I don't like politics at all. So moving on, yeah, it was really interesting. My daughter has TikTok, and so I'm on there, and sometimes I'll admit it, I get a little bit carried away and I get caught up in the silliness. But anyway, so I ended up seeing, it was about 4 days into the Canadian convoy that they had going on over there, and I was swept away. Well, at first I didn't know why, I started watching it, but there was this incredible feeling that came over me, and it was a draw or a pull or a magnetism, I don't know, but it was completely foreign to me. I usually have a set routine that I go about. At the time, I even, because after week 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then even 4, I was literally on TikTok constantly, and I do mean constantly. So I got the things done, but I'm never on social media like that, and I couldn't pull away from it. I had to constantly see what was going on and where they were and how things were going. And you won't see it on mainstream media. They won't show you how peaceful and loving and graceful these Canadians were. I was literally on a lot of the different lives as it was happening, and I've just never seen so much unity and grace is the word for it. These people were kind and loving and caring, and this was all about freedom. And of course, there is the opposing side you would see it in their comments, just the trolls and the people commenting all these negative things, and it was ridiculous. And obviously these keyboard warriors have that bravery sitting behind their screen, and judgment's going to be passed regardless of what anyone does, no matter the cause or whatever. There's going to be that flip side. So, but what pulled me in, like I said, was the grace and the unity amongst all of these people, the happiness that was going on. And mind you, I watched all the way until the trucks left, and so I saw all of the cops and the military come in, and the horses that came in. I was literally on live. This one guy was on live, and I watched as these horses came through the crowd and trampled that poor woman, and it was just devastating. It was devastating. And what I did notice, though, is that it didn't matter how forceful the other side became. These people maintained their love and their stance to be peaceful. And I think, I remember at one point, after a few days, a couple of weeks, I'm asking myself, why can't I stop watching this? And I still don't have the big picture, sometimes things like that happen, and it's further on into the future that we realize what the hold was. I just knew I couldn't pull away from it. And I remember even my daughter asking me, are you okay? Do you think you're watching it too much? Do you think you're too consumed by it? And I remember just having this feeling that it didn't matter what anyone thought about. I'm not saying that I don't care about my family and that kind of thing. I'm just saying that it's what was going on, and that was important to me. Yeah, so I think that that's my message in this video, is just to explain that spirituality, witchcraft, whatever path you're on, doesn't have to exclude these kinds of things. There's not a perfect box as to the way you should be going about every day, and you shouldn't necessarily say, I'm not going to watch that, or I'm not going to get involved with that. Always follow your passion and your inner, your intuition, and just listen to that voice. So I did, and I still am, and I do want to mention that I understand that there is a war in Ukraine, and I think that that's incredibly sad, and my heart goes out to anyone who is involved in that. It's sad, and I don't think it's right, and I hate war. And I am sitting here in America, and you know, we have a president that is, he should not be the president. That's my opinion. And I think that it's just, there's just so much going on. There's so much going on. And even as I speak right now, we have the entire United States coming together just the way that Canada did to pull together these convoys for freedom. It's an incredible time right now to be alive. The energy on the planet as a whole is changing so fast and in such a big way, and I can't help but see the beauty in it. It's scary and things are unknown. We don't know what the outcome of the Ukrainian war is going to be. We don't know politically what's going to happen and what's going to change. But I can tell you that I feel positive. And I think that we've moved from a place of being controlled and just suffocated. We're moving from that place. That paradigm is being pushed away, and I think that that's why there are so many things going on at once. You know, we had the past 2 years that, I mean, my children started kindergarten with masks on, and there's just so much going on. But I don't know. I have hope, and I feel really, really positive about what is to come. Again, I hate the war, and it breaks my heart, and I know that there's been a lot of pain over the last 2 years, but I also just feel deep down that within my energy, that's all I can speak of, is that things are moving into a freer place. And I think that more humans on the planet are waking up, and they're realizing that they don't want to settle anymore. You know, we are coming from a place where it used to be an outside source that filled our voids, and it was, you know, a tragedy would happen and we looked to the outside to fix that problem. And I think that human beings are moving into the space of personal awareness and really getting in tune with who they are. You know, it's important to find more, it's important to find out more about you, and to really go to your center and go to your heart and figure out what needs to be what needs to be cleared out and energetically aligned. And I think that so many people are seeing that and understanding the freedom that lies within just being your unique self. You know, and as more and more people across the world start to open up and wake up and understand that there's so much more to be seen and felt and shared, you know, there's just such an importance right now for everyone's unique essence to come out and be seen. Each of us are so different and so unique, and everybody has that special something that the world needs. We need you. We need your uniqueness. And that was one of the things too that really touched my heart as I was watching this situation unfold in Ottawa. was, you know, the chat is scrolling along and you could see people from all over the world sending their love and their support and their prayers, from Sweden to Germany, Brazil. A ton of other protests were going on, and these protests are for freedom. And it's just, we're shifting and we are coming together, and we're starting to realize we're better together, you know? I think there's always going to be diversity. There's always going to be some sort of, it's yin and yang. There's always going to be good and evil. We need a contrast. But I think the way that things have been put in place, the way that we have been suppressed, and especially with cancel culture, and people are afraid. They're afraid to say what they believe in. And it shouldn't be that way. Everyone should have a voice, and everyone should be able to share their gifts and be their own magic, you know? More than ever before, we have the advantage of technology. You can learn a language right from your home. You can tap into different cultures. You can study philosophies and theories, and the list goes on. And that's what's bringing us together. I believe that there are huge energies at play right now. And these are energies from Mother Earth herself to, you know, spiritual movements, to our ancestors, the ones who walked this earth before us that had a huge imprint. We have history and the imprint of things that have developed throughout, you know, hundreds of thousands of years. And that energy is here. And I feel like, honestly, within my heart and soul and being, I feel like it's like a huge tidal wave just pushing us forward, you know, pushing away the nonsense and the muck that has been in place. And, you know, times are changing, and they're changing so rapidly. And I think that we're all going to see and be able to, you know, it may not be right now. In the midst of the chaos, you can't necessarily see the purpose. But I truly believe it's all happening as it should. I feel like more and more people across the planet are starting to, you know, they're starting to wake up, or, you know, just sense a shift and a change. And I feel like we are all energetically connected. Regardless of where you are on this beautiful planet, we are all connected, and we share energy. And so I invite you to look into you and to see your inner beauty and see your uniqueness and put that out into the world, you know, in whatever way you are pulled to do so. And just like for me over the past few weeks, I have been immersed in this movement and the shifts and the changes that are coming about, and I don't apologize for them. And I invite you to do the same, you know, look inside you for the answers. And, you know, many times there won't be an answer. I know that really there's still not for me. I mean, many people have no clue what's even going on around us. They have no clue that there's even a convoy. They have no idea that hundreds of thousands of people are going to be standing up for their freedoms, you know, and I don't know. But I invite you to look within and to follow your passion more than ever, ever, ever. This is a time to listen. Just listen to yourself and your higher guidance system. And with that being said, I want to share just a couple of ways that, you know, you can find a sense of balance and peace right now, you know, because many of us don't know what to do and don't know how to help and contribute. But the best way that I think that you can actually be a part of the healing and a part of this positive shift is to focus on your energy and to focus on putting you first and working on you, you know, and clearing out bad storytelling, old belief systems, any negative self-talk. It's so important to align yourself, especially in the event that things get a lot worse before they get better. Because there's one thing that nobody can take away from you, and that's that core spirit within you, you know, the place inside you that's connected to God or the universe or whatever your higher connection is, whatever you call it. That can never be taken away from you. And the more that you can connect yourself to that level and to that energy, the better you'll be, regardless of what's going on. But some really beautiful ways to find balance and peace. Number one is meditation. You know, there is no perfect way to do meditation. It's just taking a few minutes of your day to be with you and to just sit and let the thoughts come and let it just be. Just sit down, lay down, find your space, and have the intention of stillness. And whatever happens during meditation for you is what happens. If you have racing thoughts, if you can't clear your mind, so be it. You've still dedicated, you know, 10 minutes or 30 minutes or however long to giving yourself the chance to be in a space of meditation. The other one is grounding. I am still doing my earthing. I had a challenge to myself to earth and ground every single day from Earth Day on I don't know what day it was, but last April for 1 year. And we're in March now and I'm still doing it. And I live in New England and it is cold and it is snowy and we have had ice and there have been rainy days. But I've missed maybe a handful of times going out there and being barefoot and walking in this interesting weather, but I've done it and it has been a very, very positive experience for me. So if you've been thinking about it, you should definitely do it. There is nothing that can replace the feeling of snow under your feet or a blanket of ice. But you don't have to stand out there for long. Just go outside and plant your feet on the earth and just take a minute, even seconds, just to do that. Just the intention of grounding, and it is so healing. Regardless of how cold it might be, there is still a really special, there's a bonding with Mother Nature. And another one is, if you are into tarot or oracle cards, I have a specific routine that I do every single night. If you don't know how to use tarot, that's okay. You can always grab an oracle deck. And I give myself the number 3. And so for oracle cards, I will shuffle them until I have a card fly out. And I do that for 3 cards in the oracle deck. My tarot readings for myself are different, but you can kind of get messages and guidance from your higher self or your ancestors or your guides, whatever works for you. But that can be very, very helpful. You know, just set the intention of understanding or connecting to the energy around you at the current time. And that's what I do, like I said, every evening. I don't necessarily ask a question. specifically, I will just sort of say, show me, show me the energy around me, or just show me. And the way that you interpret the cards, whether they're biased to your situation or not, you can't do it wrong, because whatever's coming out of your mind is something that needs to be seen. And your subconscious will play with you as well and pull up things and pull things to the surface that need to be seen or addressed. Prayer is always a good way to ground and find peace and balance yourself out. Guard what you allow into your mental space and into your energetic space. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. If you're watching mainstream media, you're probably not getting the full truth, and you're not seeing all of what's going on. And that can really clog your energy and stagnate things, and it's just be aware of what you're taking in and what you're allowing to be in your space. A very important way to find balance and peace is to focus on gratitude. Focus on what is beautiful in your life and what's positive. We all have something to be grateful for. And even if you can only count 1 or 3 things to be grateful for, it's still more than nothing. And yeah, so gratitude, I will always say it here on my channel, gratitude is magic. It is a portal to beautiful things. And yeah. The other one is get outdoors, even if it's cold, even if it's, like where I am, it's freezing and there's snow on the ground and ice, but get outside. And that's why I suggested earlier the grounding or the earthing. It puts you in direct contact with the most important thing on this planet, and that's nature. Mother Nature will hold you, I promise you, in times of fear or doubt or anything like that. Mother Nature is here. She will hold you. She will listen to you without judgment, and you will find immense encouragement just in the space outdoors. And hey, if you don't want to go outside, if you have houseplants, talk to your plants and be grateful for them. They provide you with oxygen. And the other thing that you can do, not only to find peace and balance within yourself, but one of the things that really popped up for me when I heard about the war in Ukraine, and there was a particular TikTok that I saw, and this young boy who was being forced to be in the war, it was so heart-wrenching. He was sitting on the ground and he was sobbing, and I couldn't understand what he was saying, the language barrier, but it hurt. It made me so sad. And the only way that I felt like, because when I see that, I want to help. I don't want to see people hurt. So I went to my magic space, and that is my energetic space. And in meditation, I just sat there, and as I closed my eyes, I projected myself into that space and sort of sent my loving, healing energy to him and to all of the people that are going through so much pain right now. So don't underestimate the power of your energy and the power of projecting your energy and holding a space within you for people who are in pain. And last but not least, know that it's okay to not know. We don't know. And if you can find a way to just be here now and okay with not knowing the outcome of all the things, it takes a burden off of you. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will be back soon with another video. Until then, stay magical and be blessed. I will see you soon.